Welcome back, everyone. This is Adrian Z. We are here for another episode on the bloXCentric server. Right here in front of me, you can see we have two of the new acacia trees. We'll get to those in just a second. But first, I want to show you I did an enchant. I tried to record it. Something buggered up. I don't know what happened, but it didn't really work. So that's not on camera, but check out what I got. Oh yeah, look at that. Unbreaking 3, Efficiency 4, Fortune 3, Diamond Pick. Beautiful. I went mining with it just a little bit already. So nice to have Fortune 3 again. Helped out a lot. Got a few more diamonds, got a lot of coal. Finally, I had none. I've been using charcoal up until now. And I've got a pretty good pile of redstone as well. So very nice, very nice. You might be able to hear my voice is just a little bit off. A lot of the last day or two I haven't been able to talk very well, so I did quite a bit off camera just because my voice was so horrible, and that included these trees. I went nearby. They had found a mesa that they've all been using to strip mine essentially for clay, and I went over there and got a little bit myself, but I also, knowing how the new version with 1.7, the world generation, tries to put certain biomes together. So for example, dry biomes will try to be by other dry biomes. Dry biomes include deserts, mesas, and savannas. So knowing that they had a mesa, I figured there was probably a savanna nearby, so I went and I walked out of the mesa, and sure enough, I immediately found a savanna, and I took a couple of these savanna trees down and I brought all these saplings back to spawn. Now, why did I do that? Well, when these trees came out, there's these and there's also the dark oak trees, which come from the roofed forest. But as far as these acacia trees go, I heard a lot of things. People seem to mostly like the logs, and I agree. They've got a nice ashy gray color. These actually go pretty well with stone. So you can add kind of wooden beams to, say, a mine shaft or a stone building, and I think they look really, really cool. But from what I've heard from most people, as far as the actual logs are, not the logs, the planks are concerned, you can see when I punch it, it puts off these orange particles. That is the color of the wood, those orange particles there. You can kind of see it on the inside of the log. That's what color the planks are. And from what I've heard from most people, they don't like them. They don't like the planks, which means also the stairs, the slabs, stuff like that. And I even heard of a couple people say that they will never, ever, ever use them to build anything. And so to that, I say, challenge accepted. Here we have, this is orange stained clay and the new red sand, which came from the mesa. That's part of how this little project started. And when I mined out some of the mesa, I ended up with some of the orange clay and the red sand. And so I started to use those, and I decided, hey, if we're going to go orange, let's go all the way and use the planks. And it ended up, I think, looking kind of nice. I've done some redecorating a little bit. And you can see up here for the ceiling, this is going to be the ceiling to the first floor and the floor to the second floor. That is actually white stained clay. And I think it goes really well with the orange because it has just this slight kind of reddish, pinkish, orangish hue to it. It's not an actual white, so it blends really well with the orange. I really love these logs, like I said, so I use them for the beams. And yeah, so I've just got the walkway. This goes down to spawn. Come show you what the inside looks like. This actually has an orange clay floor, which I think looks okay from the outside, but with everything orange on the inside, it was way too orange, which is why we have carpet. I'm open to suggestions if you have different ideas for colors, but I put black downstairs and I colored it up a bit with, we've got these are actually acacia leaves, but the oak leaves, the acacia leaves, and the new dark oak leaves, all three of them use the same old oak leaf texture. They all look the same, they just drop different saplings. Glowstone underneath in the corners here is how I chose to light up most of this place. Quartz just to give something that was not very orange but still looked good with the orange to kind of brighten it up and take away the orange color. Before I had this place decorated and it was just the orange floor and I had the orange walls, and I actually originally had orange clay here too. Weaselfan and XadeCraft came in and said it hurt their eyes, it was so orange. So I got rid of a lot of the orange. We changed the floor, added the quartz, added the leaves. I think it looks pretty good. We've got the bright green carpet around my staircase here. It is very bright. I may change it, but I just wanted to really, when you looked in here, it had the orange floor, the orange stairs, orange, orange, orange. It was way too much, and so I needed something to kind of just suck your eyes away from the orange, which I think that did a good job of. Come up here, and I'm still debating on this carpet. This is like probably the 30th or 40th rendition of the carpet. I think it's starting to look kind of cool though. So open to suggestions for that as well. The place isn't fully decorated yet. Like I said in the last video, I'm going to keep my spawn house pretty simple, so I may not even do much more with it. But here we are, same thing with the leaves up here, glowstone. I just didn't use the quartz around the room up here. I've got the birch roof. The birch and the acacia seem to go well together. And yeah, that's about it. This is gray stained panes for the windows. It kind of gave it a dusty, rustic look here. I thought the clear would have been way too bright. And then of course from our house we've got a pretty cool view of spawn. Drakart's tower is here. You can kind of see geckos around the corner. That's Weaselfan's tower going up there. That's Moose right here. D's that window. That right there is Brindy. Electronics is right behind that tree. I can't quite see. You can kind of, if you look real close, I don't know how well you'll be able to see it on YouTube. There's some wood sticking out right there. That's his house. Jacques is over here. If we come to this window, we can see that's going to be Joe the Pirate right there. And that's all we can see from our windows. Right now, actually, you can see those chests. That's where Camping Cody's going to build right here. And then also XadeCraft, if we come down to this window, that's his place right next to us, kind of underneath even. Can I see anybody else from here? We will be able to see Jick. He's building kind of through that waterfall over here, but he doesn't have much, so you can't see him yet. But we can see pretty much everybody from up here, so that's really cool. That's the spawn logo right there. Yeah, so great view, great view. I'm going to run down there real fast so you can see where my place is. There's my chill little mailbox. Path used to go around that way. We shortened it, connected it here. This is where, if you come up, that way goes into Zento's house, and then that way goes up to my house. This road here goes down to the spawn logo. You can see the house. I added fake trees coming out of the stilts. The stilts were not originally there, but my house looked too much like it was floating. There's a good view right there. So I added these stilts. They look too stilty, and so I added these kind of just little branches coming off, trying to mimic the way the acacia trees actually grow. As you can see, they kind of come up and do this slanted thing a lot. And so I kind of copied that. So yeah, there's my spawn house. And like I said, not going to do anything fancy with it. I'm probably pretty much done. And yeah. And that means I'm also pretty much done here at spawn. And since we are now, as you can see, playing at 1.72, that is the release version. Which means we are free to leave spawn and venture off into the world. And so I'm going to do that, actually. Going to take a quick break, and I'm going to basically just pick a random direction, and I'm just going to start running that direction until I find something cool. And when I find something cool, I'm going to settle down, and we're going to build our spawn home, and the criteria for that is I want to be at least a couple thousand blocks away from here. You can see the coordinates here are about 300 and 500. So I want to be at least, you know, if I go, which way am I facing here? If I go this way, for example, that's positive X. I would want to go to at least like 2300-ish or so, because I don't want to be too close to spawn. I also don't want to be way far away from spawn, so I would say no more than, I'd say, about 8,000 blocks would probably be my max. If I haven't found something I like within 8,000 or so, I'll probably turn and go a different direction instead, because I don't want to take 12 years to get to and from spawn, even in the nether. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go up, I'm going to sleep so that we start off in the daytime, and I'm going to start running. For the most part, that's going to be pretty boring, so I'm going to do it off camera. But if I ever come across anything that's exciting, I'll definitely hit the record button and show it to you. And yeah, so we'll go until we find where we want. The criteria for what we're looking for is something with good grass. And so I narrowed it down to the jungle biome, which has, of course, the really nice bright greens. And then also any of the biomes that have the word forest in them. We're in one right now. This is actually a birch forest biome. It's not quite as bright as the jungle, of course, but it's still got a really good green color. You can see it in the trees as well. And that's what we're going for, because I'll give you a little hint. A lot of our base, almost all of it, is going to be underground, and so it doesn't really matter what the biome above looks like. I want a nice green color for anywhere we green up. And then the third option is going to be the mega taigas. Those are the ones with the pod soul and the naturally occurring mossy cobblestone and stuff. They don't have quite as nice of a grass. They have the taiga colored grass, which is a little bit more of has a little bit of a bluish hint in there, but it's still pretty cool, and the biome itself is just so awesome that it would be fun to build underneath. So those are the three choices: jungles, anything with the forest in it, so birch forest, regular forest, roof forest, all those, or the new mega taigas. Any of those are what we're looking for. And the second thing we need in them is a fairly flat area that is at least probably about the size of this valley. You can see it kind of goes around like this. We need a flat area at least that big. So, yeah, I'm going to go sleep, and I'm going to do some jogging, and if I find anything interesting along the way, I'll definitely show you that. And if not, then I will see you when I have found where our base is going to be. So I will be right back. Alright. I did already pass a number of forests, but they were all really small, too close to spawn, or way too hilly, and so I didn't stop. I didn't see anything exciting along the way either. It was a pretty boring walk, but I did have to run through a few nights. I brought 3 healing potions with me. They are all gone, and I'm ready to drink another one, so lovely. But I think I may have found the place. Not this. You can see from where we were before, I'm around 6,000, a little over 6,000 blocks from spawn. I ran almost straight north from my spawn house, which is basically going from my spawn house and running away from spawn. And I encountered a mega taiga. So I looked around a little bit. This place is massive. I ran probably at least 500-600 blocks through it before I found the end, and from where I started I couldn't see the ending in either of the other 2 directions, and I put it on max render distance, couldn't see anything. I'm thinking about this spot right in here. If we come kind of right in here somewhere, it's going to give us the flat area we want. There's like a mountain over there. There's mountains on this side. There's a little bit of a, looks like a waterfall going on here, which we can improve. And then, of course, right off to the edge. The idea is I'll have the very edge of my thing right by this river. And we'll build up here. The idea for the starting base is I'm going to build just a little small house, a little stable area, and some farms, and then I'm going to just kind of fence them off, and we'll just have a tree surrounding. And they will all be for aesthetic purposes only, nothing fancy. And the purpose will be somewhere among that stuff will be a secret entrance, and that entrance will go down underground to our base. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to look around this little area right here and find the exact spot I want. The sun's going down, so that's scary out here. I'm going to have to dig in for safety. But I'm going to find an area right in this vicinity that looks good. I'm going to clear out a few trees, and I'm just going to make a little fenced in area, get it kind of secured, and we'll go from there. So I will be back once I have done that. I'm gonna go hide for the night. Right, so here we are. Hopefully my voice doesn't sound too bad. This is actually like 2 days later. When I was just over here on this stream is where we came in. I came up here, right, and I started chopping down trees, and then some stuff happened and I got distracted, and I didn't get any more recording done that night. And I woke up the next day and I could not talk really at all, and that was 2 days ago. And then yesterday I basically couldn't get volume to come out of my mouth. I could only whisper. But luckily today I woke up and I can talk for the most part. You might still be able to hear just a little bit of offness in my voice, but I think it's mostly back. So let's get some stuff done. You can see I just kind of loosely picked a center, and I just went 20 blocks each way. That's what those torches are marking. And then I just kind of really roughly cleared out a circle. I didn't exactly do it. You can see the circle would kind of go through this tree and stuff, but just really loosely. And I may thicken up the trees through there and a couple of these spots once we're done. We want a nice foresty look all the way around us, so we probably need to stick some by this hill and stuff too. I don't know. But so far, let me show you what I've done. I've got this little hidey hole here, and I've just got my bed. I put a nether portal up. Since I couldn't talk, I went ahead and dug a little tunnel back to spawn so that I can get to and from spawn easier. It's just a little 1x2 tunnel at the moment. Nothing fancy. I won't really be doing any more than that until we start to get a nether hub going, and then I'll be able to actually build a proper tunnel and get a track going. Before I had the trap door on, a couple of chickens wandered into my hidey hole with me, and so I just shoved them in a hole, and I've been just tossing the eggs that they drop in here just as a backup source of food. And I may make a chicken farm later, but I don't really mess with those. Once I have potatoes going, I use those for food, but it's always good to have piles of eggs for pranks. But anyway, I just got a little tiny farm here, a few melons and nether wart. That's for healing potions. Got my brewing stand there. And I'm brewing some wheat right here. I'm growing some wheat right here so that I can get some sheep going down below. Sorry, I had a little coughing attack there. I had to cut for a second. But let me come down here and show you where we are going to build our actual base. There's nothing really going on here yet. But the idea... As you can see by the coordinates, we are at Y12 here, and the purpose of that is the majority of our base will be right about this level, and so basically anytime we need to mine out a spot for another room or something, it'll be like mining, and we'll find all kinds of goodies, so that'll be really cool. I found a lot of redstone and stuff already. It's all upstairs though, but I've started with just a rough circle is what we're going for in this room. This is going to be the entryway. I haven't decided how I'm going to decorate it or anything like that yet. I just wanted to start clearing out some space. Let's see if my grass is growing. Okay, good. I need to get my sheep in here because I need sheep for something, which you'll see soon. And then after that, we'll want a sheep farm anyway. So stay tuned to see what the real purpose of these sheep is. If you go straight up here, there is a 2x2 spruce tree, and underneath it, I will be hiding this hole in this way. Anytime I want to get a new animal or something down here, I just cut the bottom of the tree away, and I can drop them down into the water. That's how I got these sheep down here. So I can get them to go in the hole like that. No, they're gonna walk around, of course. Come on, sheep. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So we're gonna make a proper sheep farm later, not in this circle room, but I just needed to get. Let me just make some shears down here. Let me check a screenshot here. 6 white wool. So let's see if I can get them from these. 3, 5. So we've got to let them grow one more time. But yeah. So let's go. I'm gonna go back upstairs, and I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do next. So here we are up top, and of course it's nighttime again, so I've got to be careful. But basically, the idea that we're gonna do, I'm gonna leave this for now, at least as my hatch down. I think. Yeah, I think. And the idea is what we're gonna do is we're gonna build just a little small house, probably over that. Just probably a little baby zombie. Not good. Get away, demon! Get back! I can't hit it. Ow. Ow. There we go. Hate baby zombies. All 4 of my deaths, which, by the way, I am still at 4 deaths. All 4 of those were from that same baby zombie in the last episode. But I have not died since, at least. Anyway, so we're going to build a little house. It's probably just going to be like a little 1-room shack. Kind of make it look cabin-y or something. And then we're going to have a small little stable. This stable will be for looks only. The idea is I'll have a bunch of little empty cells. Creeper. And I'll leave a couple empty in case people actually do want to bring horses over here. I'm not really a big fan of horses. I may catch 1 or 2 and put them in there. I wouldn't mind having a mule or a donkey just in case I ever want to go on a little excursion with some extra bag space. But I'll fill a few of them up with just like whatever I've got. I know there's some more sheep over there. I've seen some pigs around here somewhere, so we'll just put a couple little animals in there for looks. And then we're going to have just some little farmland. Probably mostly wheat, just because I think the wheat coloring will blend in really well. I think all the other crops are going to be too bright because they've all got those bright green stems. I could maybe some netherrack might actually, not netherrack, netherwort might look cool in here as well with the soul sand and the red. So maybe some netherwort, maybe some wheat. That's what I'm growing here to breed the sheep. So we'll be using those. As far as building materials go, I messed around in creative just with looks. I haven't actually built anything. I was just placing stuff with the pod soul and stuff. And I decided on 4 blocks that I think will look really cool with the pod soul and also with these dark spruce trees all the way around in the background. And those 4 blocks are soul sand, nether brick, the dark oak planks, and gray stained clay was the other one. I think I'm going to make a good majority of the buildings. I'm going to use those 4 things as the primary blocks, and then the crops and things will brighten it up just a little bit, but I want it to really blend in with the surroundings up here. So that's what we're going to build, and so that means I'm going to have to farm some of that. I currently, let's see. Oh, get off the ladder. Okay. I do have, let's see, a few more stacks of hardened clay left. I can go to the mesa and get more of those, so that won't be a problem. I don't have any black ink, so I'd have to farm some of that. Digging out my tunnel got me a bunch of netherrack, which I've already started cooking into nether brick. In fact, I need to get some more going in these furnaces here. So we'll have some of that. I haven't seen any soul sand near my new area here, but back by spawn there is a huge deposit of it. I need some more coal on me. That'll do. And so I can farm soul sand, no problem. And then as far as dark oak goes this chest. Yeah, I've already got quite a bit from farming saplings on my way over here. I did go through a roofed forest, and I've got the saplings here so that I can grow more of those, so dark oak won't be a problem at all. And then we'll be able to highlight it with just like small amounts of things like birch and stuff like that to make it look really cool. And then I've also decided for the fence, since there is no white picket fence, sadly, and I don't want to use any kind of a texture pack, as opposed to using the regular wood, I may end up using nether brick fence, just because I think it might look really cool with the dark colors around here. So yeah, that's the plan. That's what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna just kind of off camera just kind of lay out where I want things to be, and then we'll come back and decide what they should look like. So I will be right back. Okay, so I was just checking the time on my recording, and this is probably getting long enough. My voice isn't 100% anyway, so I don't want to go on too long. But I will just say, since I haven't had much out in the last few days, I will be trying to push some more out soon. Let me just show you what's going on with this cobblestone. Now this is going to mark, I'm just going to make this little tiny shack that's as big as it's going to be. The door will probably be on this side, but I haven't decided that for sure. But this little shack will just encase our entrance right here in the corner. And then this cobblestone over here is going to be the stables. I've got it marked, so we will come in the center, which is right here between these torches, and then we'll come in. There'll be 3 deep pens, and that'll give us a 2 wide walkway down the center, and we'll have 5 pens on this side, and then there'll be 2 right here and 2 right here on either side of our entranceway. So it'll be kind of like a stable slash barn kind of deal going on. And Brindy's hunting ender pearls so we can get the end portal open. And then over here in this gap we'll have just some little farm land, probably mostly wheat like I said. I may toss a little bit of nether wart in or something else, I'm not sure though, but I'll definitely be using some wheat over here. And then we'll come up with some kind of fence. I may just go simple and do like nether brick, or we may get a little fancier. I don't know, we'll see. I don't want to do too much crazy stuff up here because we're mostly going to be doing it underground. And then finally today I just want to address anybody who also watches my single player videos. Quick little update on that. They haven't been out for longer than I have not had a voice, and the reason for that is, if you are not following me on Twitter, and if you're not, you should be, because Twitter's where it's at. My single player world, I believe, sadly has become corrupted. And I think it happened there. I was doing some stuff on there probably about a week and a half ago or so, and there was a crazy windstorm here and it knocked my power out. And I'm thinking maybe something didn't save right when that happened. I have been keeping backups, but I only keep the 2 most recent ones, and so I think that it's probably corrupt in both of them as well. And the problem is, whatever is happening, it started kind of slow, and so I didn't really notice it until later, and by the time I'd noticed it, it was too late to back up to. And even if I did have a backup, with the amount of work I did between that moment and when I noticed what was really going on, it's like probably half of what I've done on the server, or close to it, was all done during that time frame. And so it would be a lot to back up anyway. And so as of right now, my single player world is on hold. I may bring it back, I may restart it, or I may find a second multiplayer server, or I may do something else instead. I haven't decided yet, so that's just all on hold right now. That's what's going on there. As soon as I decide what I'll be doing with another series, I will let you know. I think the multiplayer ones are more fun anyway, but of course the single player gives a different aspect of the game also. So they're both possibilities right now. I may just even stick to just the bloXCentric server and do extra videos here. Like I said, I'm not really sure what, but follow me on Twitter and you'll get plenty of updates for that. And like this video if you've enjoyed it. Sorry again about my voice. Hopefully by tomorrow it will be even better and I can get some more recording done. I want to get a lot of work done here. I want to hurry and finish up there so that we can get to started on our actual base below. And yeah, check out the other videos on my channel if you like those. If you want to see more, please subscribe. And I guess that's about it for today. Hi chickens, let me steal your eggs. Yeah, so have a great day everyone. I will see you next time. Bye bye.